Tom and Jerry's Merry Christmas. Told by Peter Archer. Picture by MGM Cartoons. Adapted by Harry Eisenberg and Samuel Armstrong. Jerry the Mouse hung up his Christmas stocking in a stocking for his little friend Tuffy. Then he went to the door of the mouse hole and peeped out. Tom Cat was crouched in the Big People's kitchen, not 2 squares from the mouse hole. He was watching it closely. "We'll never get so much as a crumb to put in our stockings unless he goes away," said Jerry. And Tom certainly didn't mean to do that. He meant to guard all the goodies in the kitchen and on the tree, so that Cook would give him a fine big helping of Christmas dinner. "But don't worry," said Jerry. "There's a way to get rid of him." And he ran into the living room and started to saw a new mouse hole door. "What's that noise?" Tom wondered, tiptoeing out of the kitchen and along the wall to the place where Jerry was working. "Now you saw," Jerry whispered to Tuffy. The minute Tuffy began, Jerry scurried out the back door with a pillowcase over his shoulder. He was soon filling it with candy and nuts and stuffed dates, but as he backed past the heaping bowls, he bumped into one that was too near the edge. It was filled with cranberry sauce. Crash splash! Down to the floor it went. "What was that?" Tom cried. He came racing into the kitchen just in time to see Jerry, bag and all, disappear into the mouse hole. Then Tom saw the cranberry sauce. "If Cook sees that," he moaned, "there'll be no Christmas dinner for me." And little as he liked it, he began to lick up every last bit. While Tom was busy with that, Jerry and Tuffy finished their new door. Then they peeped out of at the Big People's Christmas tree. It was so beautiful that they both gasped. "Oh," sighed Tuffy, "I'd like to have that little horn that's way up near the top." And Jerry squeaked, "I'd like to have that little drum." Then both of those mice must have had the same idea at the same time, because they both smiled secret smiles. And when Jerry seemed to be sound asleep, Tuffy went tiptoeing back out the back door. He soon came back with the little drum and hid it under his bed and crawled back under the covers. He squeezed his eyes shut and snored away as if he'd been there the whole time. "Asleep at last," said Jerry, stealing out the front door and up the Big People's tree. "Tuffy will have a Merry Christmas anyway," he thought as he unhooked the little horn. But just as Jerry got to the bottom of the tree, whom did he see creeping between him and the mouse hole but his enemy, Tom Cat? Poor Jerry! He flattened himself against the trunk, sure that he was done for this time. And then he saw that Tom wasn't even trying to catch him. Instead, that old cat was carrying a beautiful mouse-sized tree, all trimmed with bits of popcorn, tasty cheese, and tiny candy beads. While Jerry watched, he pushed it through their new door and backed away, looking just about as sheepish as a cat ever looked, murmuring, "Oh, well, Christmas comes but once a year." "What do you know about that?" gasped Jerry. He put Tuffy's present under that beautiful little tree and hurried into the bedroom. "Wake up, Tuffy," he said. "Come with me." Then Jerry led Tuffy to their storeroom, because it took them both to get out the big brand new can of sardines that he had hidden there. Tied with a red ribbon and propped up against Tom's bowl, it made a most beautiful present. "But why give him a present?" asked Tuffy. Instead of answering, Jerry took him in to see their Christmas tree. "It's from Tom Cat. Tom Cat gave it to us," he said, "and the horn is from me." Soon the 2 little mice were merrily playing carols. It wasn't long before Tom found his present too. "For me?" he cried. "They got a present for me?" With happy tears in his eyes, he began to purr the same tune that Jerry and Tuffy were playing. Then down the two mice sat, one on each side of Tomcat, and all three, grinning from ear to ear, played and sang in close harmony. A very Merry Christmas to all. The end.